By the end of 2025, gamers using platforms like Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Marketplace, Nintendo eShop, and Steam will have to upload their driver's licenses in order to play games, is a genuine concern amongst gamers across the United States and all over the world. And while I do have my reservations as to why that is not the case, I see the writing on the wall in the direction we're heading in, and I am not excited about it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is D3Structive, and today we are talking about age verification in gaming, where we are right now and where we're going in the future. But before we get too far in today's episode, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and ding the notification bell so you never miss an upload on Wednesdays. And now we're talking about age verification in gaming. Age verification is not a new concept. Things like the ESRB have been around since the 1990s, the company that rates video games from E to M to make sure that younger minor audiences do not access mature rated content. Even predating the ESRB, there were countermeasures in place to make sure that minor audiences couldn't access mature rated content through things like the public library, cable television, and movies. But why is it being talked about so much today? What's really changed? While the concept of age verification has not necessarily changed over the last 30 years, the practices that these companies are using to ensure age verification definitely have. This CNET article written by Katie Collins back on the 29th of July this year talks about the United Kingdom's Online Safety Act, marking a shift in internet culture that's going to be felt around the world. And we've already seen users in the United Kingdom lose access to some of their favorite social media applications, things like Spotify, Discord, and YouTube. Now, while they still can access these applications, in order to do so, they'll have to upload state-issued identification, things like driver's license or passports, in order to use them. And the worst part about this, if those applications deem that their identification is not legit, they could revoke their user access, getting rid of all of the memories, data, and storage on those applications that they've been using for free throughout the year. Now, if this is starting to frustrate you, it should. YouTube, a place that already has something like YouTube Kids, where only children can access that kind of content and there's nothing mature on there, a place where creators can mark their videos as, yes, it's made for kids, that already exists. Spotify has measures in place to make sure you cannot access explicit content if your account is set to that. And Spotify has NSFW channels to where if your account is not a certain age limit or your age on the account when you create it does not match that of 18 plus, you're not able to access those channels. So why do these social media empires need you to upload your own identification? If you're not new to this game, you'll already know the answer. It's because of our favorite pastime, targeted ads. How many times has this happened to you? Oh yes, I'm on my cell phone scrolling on Facebook Marketplace for that brand new refrigerator. Incoming 17 ads on your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, LinkedIn, MySpace for 700 different refrigerators in your area. Targeted ads are the norm now. These things happen all the time. And with social media empires having access to your personal identification, they are able to target more ads to you and funnel you more slop now more than ever. However, these social media empires are also facing a little bit of trouble as they are using AI to help crack down on legitimate IDs. This article from Wired talks about a UK student named Ash who was uploading pictures of Kratos and Norman Reedus' character Sam from Death Stranding to facial recognition software for some applications he was using prior. And to his surprise, these pictures worked. He didn't even need to upload any other pictures of himself because he was able to bypass the systems that were already in place with pictures of characters from gaming that looked older than him. In addition to this, we've also seen a massive surge of VPNs used across the UK, some free, some not. And while I personally use NordVPN, hashtag not sponsored, would love to be sponsored by the way, Nord, make sure you send that check over to me, thank you. Mwah. I understand that using a VPN to bypass laws of a country can be coming across as a little bit scummy. I might do it anyway, I'm not going to tell you that for sure because I don't want to get flagged down. However, I will tell you this, full disclosure, stop the music, Drew. If you're going to use a free VPN, please be careful. The paid VPNs that I use like Nord and Express are backed and safe, all right? But if you use a free VPN, it could be malware, so please, 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 please do me a favor. And if you're going to use a free VPN, do your research before you install something on your computer so you don't lose it. I'm being serious. Back to the video. Now, how does this tie into the gaming space? And are we going to see countermeasures like this of uploading identification in the future Well, we might. You may have heard of a little company called Rockstar Games. Yes, that Rockstar Games. Guys that have brought you games like Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, Austin Powers Oh Behave on the Game Boy Advance. I bet you didn't know that one, but now you do. Unfortunately, there are early reports of people digging into GTA 6's codebase and seeing there might be a potential for Rockstar to implement age verification in order to access their game. What could this mean? Well, it could mean something as simple as just being a mature person buying the game at GameStop, things we already have, or it could be the complete opposite end of the spectrum and being where you have to upload your own driver's license to access different portions of the game. Imagine going up to the strip club, and in order to get in there, you have to flash the leather like you do in real life. I would never know. I've never done that. Don't ask any more questions. Keep the video rolling. Now, this whole thing with age verification, it comes with a really heavy territory. People are wondering, are video games to blame for more violent crimes and for people being more violent in general? And that doesn't come just now. That's been the question asked for years and years and years, almost 3 decades. And to answer the question simply, no, we do not need these kind of age verification countermeasures in video games because that's what the ESRB is already doing. When I go to a GameStop and I see an M-rated video game, I am expecting mature scenes and mature content. I don't need to then upload a picture of my driver's license that I already have to hand over to the cashier at the game store or to the person on the PlayStation Network or to Steam in order to access that kind of content. That's not their job. The game company's job is to already get the rating and then to move forward. What I really think is happening, and I'm interested to see this in the comment section, is another case of bad parenting. Let me reenact the scene of how often this happens to me when I'm out buying video games, and you tell me if you relate. Oh, mommy, I want the new Grand Theft Auto, even though I'm only 8 years old.
Okay, Timmy, I'll buy you the game.
Excuse me, ma'am. This game is for mature audiences only. Is this for your son?
How dare you say my son is not a mature? I'm gonna give him the game even though it has blood, guts, horror, boobies, shooting, strip clubs, prostitution, rah rah rah.
Yay, I can't wait to go home and run over hookers and get their money back. Yay, GTA! That kind of thing happens all of the time. It is one of the most frustrating things in gaming because that's not even a real thing that should happen. Listen, as someone who's played video games, why did I grab my boobs like that? I'm keeping that in the video. What is happening? As someone who's been playing these games for a really, really long time, I get it. When you are a child and you want to play the new M-rated game that all your friends are playing, you gotta convince your parents. I had to convince my mom at 13 that I could play RuneScape because it was a teen game and I wasn't 18 yet, or so she says. I think I was actually 11. It doesn't matter. The point being, the ratings there are there for a reason. And while I do not think every M-rated game is deserving of an M rating, I'm also 28 years old and not a child with a very impressionable brain. To close this one out, here are my final thoughts. 1, the current state of age verification is genuinely scary. Social media platforms do not, in any way, shape, or form, need more of your personal identification than they already have. We have seen a numerous amounts of data leaks over the last decade alone that come primarily from places like Google, the place that owns all of these social media platforms like Discord and YouTube and Spotify. We do not need to give them more of our personal information when they already know everything about us. I will also say this strongly. Gaming companies, listen and listen loudly. If you push this kind of invasive, perversive act onto gamers by making them upload their own personal identification in order to play your video games, they're just not gonna play them. I'm being straight up honest with you. If I have to upload a picture of my ID or my passport or my driver's license or my birth certificate or a piece of my hair to the DNA attachment to my fucking PS5 whenever GTA 6 comes out, I'm not playing it. You don't need any more of my personal information than you already have because that's silly. Let me know in the comments section down below what's your guys' thoughts on the current state of age verification in gaming. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, you get 2 big thumbs up, and all I ask is that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ding the notification bell. If you enjoyed this one, make sure you check out my Battlefield 6 video that I made last week, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm D3. Peace.